everybody, welcome back to GP's Odds and Ends. So I have gotten my next paycheck information, so I'm going to go ahead and do a budget breakdown. But can you see my little pumpkin that I got? He's a little white pumpkin. He has a couple of little bruises on him, but he's still cute, and apparently a he. My sister and I went apple picking this past weekend and got a bunch of apples. We've made some apple crisp, so we've done a couple of fun fall things so far. I have my little plant here. We're decorated up today. So I finished kind of filling out what I need to budget for in my budget breakdown here. I did put a little bit of information in here. So currently in my bank, I have $329, and I don't care that it's a low amount because I'm just using that for my online bills and subscriptions, anything that I do online. In my envelope for my online binder, I still have about $205 for bills that I stuffed from my previous paycheck that have not been quite deducted yet. But we do have a difference here of about $124, I think. Yes, $124. So I like to keep a buffer of $100 in my bank account. So I like my bank account amount to be a minimum $100 more than my envelopes, but I think I would like to take that $24 and put it towards my savings challenges so I can save up a little bit more for some of the things that I want to do. So I'm just going to put my buffer of $24 here for my challenges so far. But let's get into this top section first. Okay, so for my income, I'm going to use a red pen so we can see the difference. My income for this paycheck was $1,824.19. I'm not going to include the change, so I'm just going to put the $1,824. This is a little bit higher than it normally would be because I did work some overtime over the last couple of weeks, or at least 1 week. I was able to do an extra 5 hours of overtime, and that was when the hurricane was going through Florida. A lot of our staff in those areas for my company had to evacuate, so they asked some of us that are in other areas to kind of pick up the slack and work a little bit of overtime. So I have that extra money to stuff. So with that, I like to take out 5% for taxes. So that's going to be $91.20. So I'm going to round that up to 92. So minus that from my $1,824, since I'm not taking anything for a buffer, we're just minusing the taxes. My total to stuff will be $1,732. Okay, so for my online bills, but this is everything that I split some of my bills. So like my storage, this will be the payment that will be taken November 1st. Same for my cell phone, I kind of split that for the payment that will come out in November. My credit cards, I do a little bit differently. I schedule all of the payments for my credit cards that are going to be taken from October 14th until I get my next paycheck, so until October 27th, and I'll get my next pay on the 28th. So anything that I need to pay from now until the next 2 weeks is what I'm going to stuff. And then the other ones are a little bit more variable just based on what I need. So for storage, we're going to stuff 84. For cell phone, I'm going to stuff 42, so that's half of what I would owe for the November bill. For my credit cards from now until the 28th, that's going to be $118. My loan, because I made the payment of the $770 last time, they're not taking a payment for for this time, so I'm not going to stuff anything, and anything I have extra I'll just be putting towards debt. Online shopping, I did do a little bit of online shopping over the last couple of weeks. I did get a new jacket from Zulily that ended up only being about $24 with the taxes and shipping, so that was a really good deal. They've been having some good sales and deals going on right now. Other than that, I did also get a new travel bag from Amazon. So there's just a couple things, but I did not go over my budget from the last time. I am going to actually stuff this. I'm going to do $100 to carry me over from now until I get my next paycheck. And I'm going to include an additional $50. I do have a Keurig order that will be going through. I had bought a while back a new Keurig machine, and part of the deal was that you would get like auto ships sent to you. I can change the frequency or change when that's going to happen, but I do need some new K-cups, so that's going to be an order of about $50. So I'm just budgeting for that here. And that was going to be 0. For gas, I'm going to do 10, and then for the Dunkin' Donuts, I'm going to do 10. So total so far for just these online bills, $414. Okay, I also did take a look at my subscriptions. My OnStar, I did get rid of a lot of things. So I have OnStar, Sirius. I have YouTube here, but that is actually listed for, I have that for a Patreon person that is on Patreon, but also on YouTube. So I just left it listed as YouTube. OnStar and Sirius won't need to come out until I get the next paycheck, so those will be 0. And I actually don't need anything currently for YouTube or Patreon, so that's also going to be a 0. And I do still have like a $22 surplus from the subscriptions that I canceled previously that didn't come out, so that will just kind of stay in there until I need to use it. For my dinners, I'm getting 2 weeks. The 18th and the 24th will be coming from Home Chef instead of HelloFresh. And I did get a discount with them because I reactivated my subscription. So each week is only going to be about $30. So we're going to stuff $60 in there. Well, let's see, we have $60 here. So my total online is the 414 plus the 60, so that's 474. If I take the 1732 minus the 474, that means I have $12.58 left for my wallet and my long-term sinking funds. Okay, so I'm going to start with my wallet first. Okay, so for dining, I did update my expense tracker a little bit here. I just kind of put what I've used over the last couple of weeks so I could kind of see where I am with that. But for wallet, I've depleted most of that. I only have about $10 in for dining currently, so I'm going to add 100. And on my calculator here, I'm just going to keep that 1258 and kind of minus as I go along, just so I can see where I'm at. For grocery, I used about $55 out of 100. So I'm going to add 60 to bring that up a little bit over the $100. For entertainment, I have about $40 left out of 100. I'm going to go ahead and add 60 to bring that back up to 100. For shopping, I do still have, last time I stuffed about 200 in there. I am going to be doing a shopping trip tonight to try to get some more winter clothes. So I have not used, I only used maybe about $10 of that $200, so I still have $190 in there. I'm not sure how much I'm going to end up spending tonight, but for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and add $100. So I'm not sure how much I'll have left after my shopping tonight. We'll see. For beauty, I did use about $85 out of $135. I'm going to go ahead and add 50 in there. So we should be at 888. Let me just double check. Yep, 888. So we have 888 left here. And this is a total of 370 that will be going into my wallet. For my long-term or sinking funds, for my annual payments, I like to have a total of at least 31. I usually do 35, so I'm going to add that there. My car insurance, I'm still waiting for that payment to go through. It's supposed to go through on October 15th, I believe, but I need to start saving up for this again. So that's going to be a minimum of $33, but I'm going to go ahead and put 35 for that as well, just in case the premium increases for any reason over the next 6 months. I'll have a little bit extra to work with on that. For my car maintenance, I've been putting in just $10. I'm going to up that with this paycheck right now for $20. For gifts, I'm still funding for Christmas, and I currently have $290. I will be using a little bit of that tonight as well. I'll be taking my friend out for dinner because it was her birthday back in September, and we both had some stuff going on between, so we are finally getting together. So I'm going to treat her to dinner for her birthday. So I'm going to add 50 to that for now. Emergency and saving, I've also been putting in just $10 per paycheck. I'm going to start upping that to 20 since I'm not going to have to fund vacation as hard. Like I've been really hitting vacation hard. I do have a trip coming up soon, just a girls trip for a few days. So I have $410 saved up. My goal was between $450 to $500. So I'm actually just going to finish that off and stuff it with another 90 to bring me up to that 500 since I have extra from working overtime. Same with medical. I was stuffing that with $10 per month. I'm going to up that to 20. And I just want to see where I am so far after the 888 that we have left over from after the wallet. So I still have 598. So we can see here I have a new category listed as holiday. If you saw my previous video, I did get a new binder from the Supernatural Life. She has an Etsy shop. Go check out that video. But we do have some folders in here for New Year's, for all of the holidays coming up. My thought is I don't want to be stuffing for New Year's right around Christmas time and everything, so I want to start contributing to that now, as well as some of the holidays after that. And I may use some saving challenges. If I finish any saving challenges, I may use that money to contribute to that binder as well. But I do want to start putting money in for my New Year's envelope with $10 to start, and then I'm going to add $5 for, actually let me just start with $1 for every other envelope after that. So let me figure out what that would be. Okay, executive decision made. I'm gonna contribute $50 to the holiday. I'm gonna do 10 in the New Year's envelope, and then I'm going to start off every other envelope with $5 just to kind of get a head start on things for holidays for next year. So here we have a total of, that's $340. If I take my leftover 888 minus the 340, we're left with a 548 so far. I have another new category here, as I've talked about before with my debt information and everything. I do have quite a lot of school loans. I know that those have been on pause for quite a long time due to the C word and everything. So I know those are supposed to start back up, the payments for this, in January. So for now, I want to start putting aside at least $50 per paycheck to kind of get myself started with at least a minimum payment or a couple of minimum payments when they start up again in January. And I also give my mom $100 a month, so I split that between my two paychecks, so she will get her envelope will get $50. And then I have the $24 from my buffer that I'm going to contribute to challenges. I have an additional, so for my debt payment, my extra debt payment for the whole month of October, I wanted to have a goal, and I believe I put this in my book already. I wanted to have a goal of a minimum $500 extra debt payment for the month of October. Since I have most of that right here, I'm going to put $400 towards the debt, and then the $48 I'm going to add to my challenges so I can get some other things that I want to fund started and kind of moving along. So that's going to be a total of 72. So my total cash that I will be taking out of the bank will be the $1282. And then plus the amount that I take out for the taxes will be $1374. So if I take my total income here plus the $24 surplus from my buffer, we have $1756. I should probably change that here. Okay, so we have $1756. If I minus my total online of $474, we're left with $1282, which is what we have down here, and then we have our taxes. So that is the amount that I will be taking out of the bank when I get paid on Friday. I'll have to do a kind of a denomination breakdown and figure out exactly what kinds of denominations I want. I'll do that off camera just to save a little bit of time. And then I will stuff all of my envelopes on Friday. So thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions or any comments or anything like that, please leave that in the comments down below. And until next time, bye for now.